Hi, my name is Chris, and I used to teach bushcraft skills in the very woods that I'm in today. As you may notice, it is autumn. It has been raining for the last couple of days, so it's very wet. So what I'm about to do is a series on my YouTube channel of different basic skills that I think you may find helpful if you ever get caught out in the woods, or just out in the woods, or just going travelling, or just general interest, or maybe there's general interest in bushcraft. So the first thing I want to talk about is the faithful Firesteel. Probably doesn't need much of an introduction because it's been used for a long time now. It is better than most fire applicators out there, in the respect that if you get it wet, i.e. on a canoeing trip, it will still work. So generally with this and a knife, or any way to get a spark off of it, it will pretty much be quite reliable. So what I find in this environment, because we're in a deciduous woods, is I need to find some birch bark, because I pretty much know that's full of resin and it's going to burn. So let's go and find some. This may serve this is a good example where it's laying on the ground, it's wet. Obviously my first choice would more than likely be a dry standing one, but I want to show you how effective this is by just finding something that's wet. So that'll do. That'll do. Pull that off, and as you can see, it's pretty wet. So let's give it a go, see what we get. So the first thing I want to do is just clean all this crap off the back, because it's just not going to be any good to me whatsoever. It's soaking wet. So I'm just going to pull that off back of my knife. Just scrape all that crap off as much as you can. So I've got my birch bark. I've cleaned the worst of the crap off the back because I only want the outer bark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to initially scrape that up with a knife and then spark it up. I personally don't find, or it really matters what side you're going to use there. I would probably use the driest side. So what you want to do is get your knife. A bushman always has a good knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scraping the bark with the knife in that sort of motion. I want to make these fine, really fine dust particles if I can. It is hard work, and when you've got cold hands it's even worse. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start scraping. And as you can see, it's already starting to get some little dust particles there, and that is very, very flammable. So that's not enough, so I need to keep going, making sure you don't knock it off, or worse still, cut your hands. It does help if you have a flat surface or an area you can do this on. It's a lot better. I mean, I'm got obviously a silver birch trunk here. Again, try and get as much as you can. Just keep scraping away. The more you scrape, the more success you'll have. You need a big pile, not a little pile. As you can see, it's coming together. I'll turn it around without trying to knock it off. Keep it in a pile. Just do the other side. as you can see, there's quite a bit on there now, so here we go. So I put that somewhere flat. The biggest fear I found is that if you knock it off, that's all your hard work done, and it is demoralising too. So what you want to do is, hey, the bigger the pile the better. Get your Firesteel, and it is worth pointing out to practice with these Firesteels, because they're not as easy as, you know, as they could be, let's just say. So if you practice to use it when you need to use it, the skills are there. Now I find that if you want a hot flame, you've got to push quite hard. You don't have to push all the way down, but sometimes it helps. See how quickly that lit then? See, what I want to do is try and keep that going, but also what I want to do is I'll pick up some birch box and turn it into little strips. Try and get it going as quick as you can, because that will burn out quite quickly, like it has done. Just gonna scrape it, just keep scraping, just for a laugh. I mean, if you're out practicing, this is the stuff that is really invaluable. Because say you do this on a windy or a wet day, it's really hard work. Okay, so I've got some more. Be a bit more prepared, make little strips. Even though it's a little bit wet on the bottom, you can get it going. Lay little strips on the top, cut the strips off here. Obviously we're not making a fire, we're just demonstrating how it burns. And that's wet, so that just goes to show you how much oil's in there. See how it curls around? Oops. I mean, this tree is absolutely soaking wet, so there's no chance that it's going to catch light. Now, if I was to transfer that to a fire, what I would do is I would absolutely have a platform, i.e. some sticks, put that on the ground like so, and then I would transfer this to my sticks to keep it off the wet ground, and then hence I would start to build my fire, i.e. with some of this. I mean, how easy is that? I mean, how long did that take? I know it's not overly cold in the UK at the moment, but that didn't take long at all. I say, add your tinder, your kindling, and then obviously your bigger logs to that, and then you've got a fire. And even in the rain, it will still go.